That's right. You're right, sister. So, one of the special moments that I've had throughout this journey is being connected with the people who made my life possible. And for many of you all, sure, you can appreciate the journey that Black folks took to get to the city of Chicago. And that journey was not an easy one. And my father was the oldest, and my grandmother and all of her brothers came up from Salis, Mississippi, stopped on the west side of Chicago. My grandmother eventually settled in 79th and Ashland. My uncles went up to Pontiac and Detroit. But they came here because they wanted an opportunity for their children and their children's children. And to be in a room full of individuals who have made my life possible, those of you who are educators, those of you in this room who have served your faith communities as Sunday school teachers, small business owners, you've raised families in the city of Chicago, and unfortunately all of your hard work has been taken for granted because you've had politics and policies that have worked to undermine the very hope and promise that our people wanted when we got here.
You better listen.
And unfortunately, we've had a political structure that has taken away homes, schools, mental health services, and then they have nerve to come after our pensions. But when Alderman Robinson talks about where we're headed, make no mistake about it, the better, stronger, safer Chicago that I fought for as a candidate is the same better, stronger, safer Chicago that we are leading in this moment. And what does that look like? Within a short period of time, 6 months, for the first time in the history of Chicago, the chairs of budget, finance, and rules are all being led by Black people.
You better
for the first time, finance chair, Black woman.
That's right. That's right.
The deputy mayors of economic development, of education, deputy mayor of community safety, my budget director, my policy director, all Black people.
You better
That's
listen.
where we're headed.
That's where we are.
A new superintendent who is the son of Eaglewood. These are investments that we are making by putting the right people in charge of the very system that we're going to build a better, stronger, safer Chicago. Yeah. And what does that look like? We've abolished sub-minimum wage, and so individuals who were temp workers, they're going to get a raise. We just passed paid time off. We have invested $250 million more into the unhoused, of which 70% of those who are unhoused are Black people. And that's why we're going to pass Bring Chicago Home to make sure that we have a revenue stream to do right by our people.
Right.
In order for us to have a better, stronger, safer Chicago, you cannot have it without investing in the very neighborhoods that have been disinvested in over time. And finally, the mental health clinics that were shut down. Remember that a couple of administrations ago? Well, my administration is committed to opening up to get us back on track to have mental health clinics all over the city.
Yeah.
This budget was built with the hope and the promise of those who came up, whether you came up from Salis, Mississippi, like my family, or North Carolina or Louisiana. Chicago is the greatest freaking city in the world because it was built off of working people and particularly Black folks. And that's the type of leadership that we have in City Hall. And guess what? We've done all this in 6 months. My wife still loves me. My kids still call me daddy. And I get to be the mayor of the greatest freaking city in the world. God bless you all. Listen, one of the most popular teachers of all time is in the room. Our mentor, our leader. Y'all know a little bit about her of the Fourth Ward. Come on, y'all, make her feel really good. This is her home. Cook County Board President, leader of the Democratic Party of Cook County, Toni Breckley.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm very grateful to be here, although I have to say, trying to follow the mayor is a tough task. I was blessed to be alderman of the Fourth Ward for 19 years. And I
Good job.
all of you for the help and support that you gave me during the time that I was alderman, and of course the help and support that you gave me so that I could be president of the county. I really love the job of being mayor. But I wasn't elected mayor. I am grateful
Yes,
we
ma'am.
were able to elect
Yes, ma'am.
this young man to the job. And don't you all agree that he's done a great
Yeah.
job in 6 months? God works in mysterious ways, right? And we are blessed to have him, let me tell you. Come on, come up here too. So I am very pleased and proud to have supported both of these young men. You know, I always say as a teacher, it's your obligation not just to do your job, but to make a way for the next generation. And surely the next generation is represented by these two young men.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for the help and support that you gave me, the help and support that you're giving our mayor and our aldermen. I want to apologize to you because this is one of those crazy nights, just like the mayor. I've got 3 or 4 things ahead of me tonight, as he does as well. And neither of us is going to be able to stay this evening. But thank you for coming out. Thank you for the support that you have given to me and to these two young men. And thank you for the good work that you did building and supporting the communities of the 4th Ward. Thank you so much.
Let us give our mayor and Madam President another round of applause. And the mayor left one thing out.